The cold silence of space is shattered as a damaged spaceship drifts aimlessly, its hull scorched and cracked. Inside, a deadly secret lies frozen, alien eggs known as facehuggers waiting to unleash terror. On a distant planet, Rain and her android brother Andy race against time, desperate to escape a world without sunlight. But when they discover a decaying space station filled with danger and a ticking clock, their fight for survival turns deadly. With alien creatures lurking in the shadows and every step bringing them closer to disaster, the battle for escape becomes a fight for their very lives. This is Alien, Romulus, where survival isn't guaranteed, and fear is just the beginning. The movie opens with a haunting image of deep space, silent, vast, and infinite. Floating aimlessly through the void is a mysterious object, a biomechanical structure resembling a Metroid. It drifts like forgotten cargo, cloaked in the cold stillness of the cosmos. Before long, a massive spaceship, property of a powerful interstellar corporation, detects and retrieves it. Curious about its origins, a team of onboard scientists begins an intensive investigation. As they conduct scans and open the structure, they discover something far more disturbing than they expected, a grotesque organic shape embedded within. Upon closer examination, they realize it contains a life form, a leathery pod-like object with a translucent membrane. The team refers to it as a facehugger egg, an alien reproductive vessel designed to implant embryos inside living hosts. This organism, they soon learn, is the key to birthing one of the galaxy's most terrifying predators. The scene then cuts to a new location, another planet, harsh and desolate, where sunlight never touches the ground. Here we meet a teenage girl named Rain. Intelligent and resilient, she lives a solitary life with her only companion, her older brother, Andy. But Andy isn't human. He's a highly advanced android, created by Rain's late father for one purpose: to protect and care for her in a world that offers little else. Despite Andy's unwavering loyalty, Rain dreams of leaving this dreary planet behind. She yearns to see the sun, something she's only ever read about.
We get to Yavaga.
You're gonna get a horse? Give me a minute. Stay out of trouble, all right?
Her chance lies in a corporate policy. Workers who complete 12,000 hours of labor are rewarded with a one-way ticket to another planet, one where light and life exist in abundance. Rain works tirelessly alongside Andy, determined to escape her bleak world and reach a place where she can finally experience warmth, color, and freedom. Rain finally completes her grueling 12,000 working hours, her eyes set on the reward she had dreamed of for so long, a ticket to another planet, a chance to leave the darkness behind. With Andy by her side, she visits the ticketing office filled with hope. But her dream is shattered when she's told that the corporation has quietly changed its policy. The requirement has doubled. Now only those who complete 24,000 hours will be eligible. Rain is devastated. The sun she longed to see now feels farther away than ever.
Not eligible for contract release yet. Unfortunately, quotas have been raised to 24,000 hours.
Disheartened but determined, Rain visits her closest friend, Tyler, a resourceful and adventurous young man who shares her longing for escape. Sensing her despair, Tyler confides in her about something he recently discovered during a scouting mission in space. He had spotted a derelict spacecraft adrift in orbit. According to him, this old space station contains several cryopods and sealed chambers that could serve as a direct route to another colonized planet. If they can access the systems and launch the pods, they could bypass the ticket system entirely. No waiting, no more hours.
Why'd the blind miner fall down the well?
Please don't encourage him.
Hi.
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 Between the hailstorms and the new diseases every cycle.
Yeah, everybody's dying, right? So, should we shower?
The hauler picks up this beacon, so Navarro tracks it, and it turns out there's this big...
But there's a catch. The station's systems are ancient, and the chambers are sealed with high-level security protocols. To override them, they'll need an advanced AI or a robot. Like Andy. The group of desperate youths pleads with Rain. If she lets them use Andy, they promise to be careful and ensure no harm comes to him. It's their only shot, and Rain knows it.
It'll ruin our chances of ever getting a travel permit.
Right, Rain's not coming, though, is he? You'll shut the fuck It's true, though, isn't it? It's not your brother.
After a moment of hesitation, she agrees. She wants out of this dying planet just as much as they do. With the plan in place, Rain, Andy, Tyler, and a small team board their spacecraft and launch into orbit.
Come on, what do you say?
Their destination? The abandoned station drifting near the edge of a restricted zone. As they approach, they discover that the facility is actually split into two connected modules, Ramus and Ramulus. But time is not on their side. Ramulus, the critical half of the station, is unstable and set to self-destruct in just 37 minutes. Tension rises as the group realizes the gravity of their mission. What they had hoped would be a covert and smooth escape now becomes a race against time. Panic briefly washes over the group upon hearing the countdown to Ramulus's destruction. But Tyler, calm under pressure, steps forward as a leader. He reassures everyone, promising they'll be in and out within 30 minutes. The team nods, trusting him. Trusting.
Rain. Your dad.
Be careful out there.
Okay, hurry up, we're docking in 2 minutes. Keep talking and I'll chop them off. Oh, you really want to piece up?
Wasting no time, Tyler takes Andy and another team member and enters the dangerous half of the station, Ramulus, while the rest of the group, including 3 girls, stay behind in Ramus, anxiously monitoring their progress from afar. Inside Ramulus, Andy quickly interfaces with the control systems and overrides the security protocols with ease. The doors slide open, revealing the cold, decaying interior of the space station. As they move deeper, the sight that greets them is horrifying. One entire section of Ramulus looks like it's been melted down by some unknown force. In the debris, they discover a half-destroyed robot, slumped lifelessly against the wall, its metallic body fused and scorched. There's no time to dwell on it. The mission is clear. Find the cryopods and check their viability. They manage to locate them, but a new setback emerges. Each pod is equipped with fuel for only 3 years of travel, nowhere near the 9 years required to reach the next habitable planet.
Oh, thank God there's still some power left.
Determined not to give up, the trio begins scouring the station for additional fuel sources. Their search leads them into an eerie, cryogenically frozen chamber. Inside, they find dozens of strange, oval-shaped objects locked in transparent stasis. Tyler's face pales. Andy scans them. They're not objects. They're alien eggs. Known as facehuggers, these parasitic creatures are engineered for one thing: survival. They latch onto living hosts, implanting embryos that grow into xenomorphs, the most terrifying life forms known to humanity. Realizing the threat, the team instinctively backs away. But before they can escape, a warning light flashes red. The chamber doors slam shut behind them, and worse, the temperature is rising. Realizing the gravity of their situation, panic spreads through the group. They rush to the sealed chamber door, pounding on it, trying every manual override, but it's no use. The door is locked tight, and the temperature inside the chamber is steadily rising. Sweat beads on their foreheads, not just from the heat, but from fear, because they know what's inside this room. The facehugger eggs, once frozen solid in the cryo chamber, are now beginning to thaw. Andy attempts to hack the chamber's control panel, but he quickly encounters a critical flaw. His system is outdated. He lacks the security credentials needed to override the lockdown. Meanwhile, in the safer part of the station, the rest of the team watches in horror through the surveillance monitors. Rion sees the rising heat index and her trapped companions frantically trying to escape. Without hesitation, she springs into action, knowing they don't have long before the facehuggers awaken. Entering Ramulus, Rion retraces Tyler's path through the scorched corridors. There, she encounters the same half-melted robot they had seen earlier. Its metal frame still sparking, its eyes dim. But where others saw only destruction, Rian saw opportunity. She realizes this robot was once part of the station's core system, which means it likely holds the master security codes Andy desperately needs. Without wasting a second, Rian pries open the robot's charred skull and carefully removes its main chip.
Yeah, okay.
The hope now lies in one gamble, that this chip is compatible with Andy. Navigating through the deteriorating hallways, she reaches the sealed chamber and finds a narrow maintenance tunnel just wide enough to pass the chip through a crevice in the wall. Inside the chamber, Andy reaches for the chip and quickly inserts it into his interface port. His system goes dark for a moment. Then, rebooting. Lights flash across his eyes as Andy begins to update. His body jolts. New protocols flood his system. Andy 2.0 is about to come online. As Andy's system continues to update, the chamber's internal temperature keeps climbing. The frosty glass surrounding the alien eggs begins to fog, then drip. Ice liquefies into puddles on the floor. One by one, the facehugger eggs start to quiver, then split open. The nightmare has begun. With a final surge of energy, Andy's reboot completes. His eyes flash green, his voice more advanced, his movements quicker. Without a moment to spare, he overrides the chamber's security lock and forces the doors open. The trapped team stumbles out, gasping for air, just as one of the facehuggers launches itself out of the chamber behind them. Before they can seal the door again, the alien creature leaps, latching violently onto one of their teammates. The facehugger clamps down around their friend's head, wrapping its tail tightly around their neck and forcing its appendage down their throat. Panic surges. Rian stares, horrified, but her shock quickly gives way to action.
Jon, stop! For fuck's sake, stop! What's it doing? Is it fucking killing us?
I do not.
Andy?
It's on the rhythmic dilatation of those bladders and its synchronization. Isomize is feeding her oxygen to keep her alive.
Thinking fast, she grabs the emergency freezing device mounted on the wall. It's their only chance. She aims the tail of the facehugger and pulls the trigger. A blast of cryofreeze shoots out, instantly coating the creature's tail in ice. Its grip loosens just enough for Andy and Tyler to tear it off. They manage to rip the facehugger from their friend's head and fling it to the ground where it convulses and dies. But it may already be too late. They don't know what it injected, only that whatever it was, it's now inside. Breathing heavily, Rian looks back toward the chamber. Its door is still ajar and more eggs now beginning to stir. The danger is far from over. The freezing blast hits its mark. The tail of the facehugger crystallizes instantly. With its grip weakened, the team manages to pry it off their friend's face. The alien drops to the floor, twitching violently before falling still. It appears the immediate danger has passed, but unseen and silent, the real horror has already begun. None of them realizes that the facehugger has succeeded in its mission. It had implanted something deep inside the girl's throat, a foreign organism now quietly gestating within her. Suddenly, the space station jolts. A violent mechanical hiss echoes through the corridors. The central chamber, the narrow link between the two massive halves of the station, automatically seals shut. With a screech of metal, it isolates the crew. They're now split into two groups. Rian, Tyler, and Andy are trapped on one side, while the rest remain on the other. Amid the chaos, Rian begins to notice something new about Andy. Since installing the melted robot's chip, his system has evolved. His speech is smoother, his emotional expressions more nuanced. He seems almost human. Andy can now communicate complex ideas and even empathy glimmers in his digital tone. But there's no time to reflect. The girl who had been attacked suddenly doubled over in pain, clutching her stomach. Something is wrong.
Navarro, are you alright? What's wrong?
Frantically, she grabs the handheld X-ray scanner and runs it across her abdomen. What appears on the screen freezes everyone in place. A small serpentine shape writhes within her, alive. Before anyone can react, the creature bursts through her stomach in an explosion of blood and tissue. She screams, then collapses, dead. Rian, Tyler, and Andy stare in horror. None of them have ever seen anything like this. Just as the shock begins to set in, another explosion rips through the station. A fuel tank on the other side, near the rest of the team, detonates without warning. Flames erupt and smoke fills the corridor, setting part of the Romus space station ablaze. Panic spreads. The nightmare aboard the Romus has just begun, and not everyone is going to make it out alive. Tyler and Rian's lives now hung by a thread, caught in the chaos and fire raging through the Romus. The remaining crew knew they had no choice. They had to rescue them. But the path to salvation was far from safe. To reach Tyler and Rian, the rescuers had to traverse the very chamber where the deadly facehuggers were kept, a room swarming with lethal alien creatures lying in wait. Every step could mean certain death. Fear gripped them, but paralysis was not an option. Together, they devised a desperate plan. Rian, quick-witted and calm under pressure, remembered the key weakness of the facehuggers. They detected their prey through body heat and sound. Their vision was limited.
Stop.
They couldn't see or recognize humans directly. With this knowledge, the team decided to manipulate the environment itself. Using the chamber's climate controls, they would calibrate the temperature to match the average human body temperature, effectively masking their heat signatures. Silence would be their shield. Any noise could spell disaster. Slowly and cautiously, they entered the chamber. Every breath was measured, every movement silent. The shadows around them shifted as the facehuggers stirred, but none detected the intruders. Step by careful step, they moved forward, hearts pounding in unison with the mechanical hum of the station. Meanwhile, elsewhere on Romus, a brief but poignant scene unfolds. A glimpse of two siblings, separated by fate but united by hope. Their story, like the others, is only just beginning. As the fate of our heroes hangs in the balance, the Romus space station burns and fractures, a ticking time bomb in the vast emptiness of space. The deadly alien threat is more than just a nightmare. It's a relentless force that will stop at nothing. What awaits Tyler, Rian, and the rest of the crew is uncertain, but one thing is clear. Survival will demand every ounce of courage and ingenuity they have left. Stay tuned as their harrowing journey unfolds, where every second counts, and the line between friend and foe blurs in the shadow of the unknown. This is Alien, Romulus, where fear lives in the cold depths of space, and hope is the last thing to die.